I didn't know he was man of the match, but it was my man of the match, definitely, Bruno Fernandes.
Hi, Erik.
Hi.
What does that say about how much United have improved since the last derby?
We improved. That's obvious. Still a long way to go, a long path to go. A lot of aspects in our game we have to improve, but yeah, we're progressing, and that's quite obvious.
You said in your interview on television, you made quite an interesting point about Marcus Rashford. You were asked if he was going to come off, and you said, well, he has to learn to deal with the pain sometimes that you get as a top player. Is that what he did today?
I don't think I said he has to learn with it. I think he learned already, and he knows how to deal with it. He knows that in top football, you have to suffer, you have to sacrifice, you have your painful moments. Um, Especially player like he is, he's unstoppable. Then opponents will go tough against him to stop him. But yeah, you have to deal with it, and I think he's capable of it. He keeps investing, he keeps going, he keeps focusing for his chances, and in the end, he got rewarded, and the team got a reward.
Laurie.
Can you talk us through that moment when you got send on Martinez and McTominay, and then United scored those 2 goals? What were you thinking then, and how did United come back in this match?
Yeah, of course, you always think about when how you can change the game. And after halftime, I think we didn't come out well. You can also say that City changed something that gives us problems. We struggled in the game, and then you analyze the game and you try to get back the control of the first half, because I think that the first half we played really brilliant. It was so good defending, organization, tactical. They did so well, the team, so proactive from a good block, and then in the break we create good opportunities and chances. For instance, Marcus Rashford, the 1-against-1, and I think I had the feeling in halftime we should have lead in this game, but then after halftime the game was totally different. We didn't get the press on. Rodri was too much on the ball. Walker was too much inside, and we didn't get the control there. So you try to change that, and it's the same when you are down. You try to change the game, and at first we did it with Garnacho bringing on, but then also in the end to bring the energy with Scott. Hopefully, hoping on more penetration, and I would change also to bring in Martinez, bringing building up, and also then Shaw to the left side. Hopefully that we go more in the wide areas, penetrate as well. That was the idea, but it wasn't necessary because we scored in the right moment.
Very well.
Erik, a few months ago, people might have thought it was impossible for United to come back against City that way, having come from behind. Is that part of the improvement you're talking about as well? Do you think the resolve of the team has changed, the mentality?
I think we often talk about teams developing. We're talking about tactics or tactics progressing. One of the main jobs from a manager, from a coaching staff, is to work on the mentality of a team. And this mentality has a lot of elements, but one of them is resilient and determination. I think that this team is progressing a lot in those facts, dealing with setbacks, dealing with suffering and painful moments, and keep going after setbacks like a goal against. I think we have also players on the pitch who have the experience. They know that in one moment games can change, and I think we are much better capable to deal with such situations as a couple months ago.
Jamie.
You've beaten Arsenal, City and Liverpool now this season. You can play Arsenal again, obviously. You must be in the title race now. Even if you don't say you're going to win it, surely you are in this title race now. And fans can dream, right? United fans.
The fans may dream, but we not. We have to keep our feet on the ground, and then face that in our game has a lot to improve, and still a lot to improve. It can't happen that after halftime we'll be losing so much control in the game, for instance, and then getting down is unnecessary. When we do the right things, when we follow the right rules, when we step up from the back in an earlier moment, we can control such moment and doing the same as the first half. But yeah, that's also top football. Small details has a big impact, and we have to keep working on that and keep investing in that.
Was Anthony Martial injured when you brought him off?
I hope to avoid that he was getting injured, but he was complaining. So that's why he didn't also train in the week, and he was a question mark. We decided, and he decided as well. He was also he backed that to start, because I knew the start is so important in this game, and especially he's really good in pressing, and he's a really big element in our pressing. So, and he did that really well before halftime. But also you saw he was not capable to go 100%, and that's what you need. And also to avoid that he's getting injured, we took him off. But it also had an impact on our game, a negative impact after halftime.
If he's not available, would Weghorst be in contention to start against Palace with that?
Oh, I have to overthink that. So first settle down this game. Set the right conclusions. Then we will make a clear plan. I have to see Palace. Of course, I know already a lot of Palace. We faced them also in pre-season. I know how their team is, but the total plan I don't have now. I didn't construct it till now. So from this point on, we can construct and we can prepare the team in the right way.
Ian.
Erik, in terms of the result today and the high of this win against Manchester City, what's been your message to the players in terms of resetting for the Crystal Palace game? Do you almost have to give them the opportunity to celebrate this, or do they have to get it and move on instantly?
I think you have every win you have to celebrate. That is, you work so hard for such momentum, and every win that is so great in top football. When you can't celebrate them, then I think you kill the energy as well. So we have to celebrate it, but after it, we have to settle down. So after 24 hours, then move on and go to the next game, and that you get in the right rhythm. Every third day, we have to deliver, and the players have to get in the right rhythm, physical point of view, but also mentally. Be ready for the next game, and that is is Crystal Palace on the Wednesday. Clear.
Carl.
Bruno Fernandes won man of the match against Manchester City. You started on the right-hand side, which is something you usually not get past in Bournemouth. Can I ask, what do you see Bruno Fernandes offering on the wide position rather than Bruno?
The idea was to with Bruno not on the right wing, and especially in defending, but we defended as I think as usual, but in possession he had a role to come in between the lines, to bring an extra player there, to bring the opponent in problems, and in hesitation, in confusion. And I think he played that role really brilliant on the right and on the left. Also, I think the rest of the team adapted good to that situation, and I think we had really good breaks by finding the free man. And Bruno was an important factor in that role, and he was important in the pressing as well. I think when I didn't know he was man of the match, but it was my man of the match, definitely, Bruno Fernandes.
I think the last time you were at Palace was when you went to watch the team at the end of last season, the game that they lost. What did you sense about the mood of the fans that day, the mood of the team, and how do you contrast it with the mood today, the mood of the fans, the mood of the team?
Yeah, well, we faced them also in Australia, Crystal Palace. So yeah, but at Sellers Park, I know the ambience there. It's a difficult place to go. We have to be really good. You have to be 100%. It's a good team, Crystal Palace. It's a physical team. They both battle us from the first moment on. So we have to be really focused and in the right energy levels to beat them. And that's quite clear. That's the only aim why we go there.
Neil.
Do you walk in the dressing room now with a real trust in these players that they can carry out what you've been saying on the training ground and what you've been saying in the build-up to games? Do you have that great trust in them?
How I see how they transfer the plan today in the game, I think was brilliant. I see how they in possession. We talked about the role of Bruno Fernandes, but out of possession, the pressing, how we defend the front players from Man City. I think it was really good, and yeah, I trust them. They were behind the plan fully 100%, and they control over a long period the game in the first half.
Great Man United teams of the past could always pull off results like this. Come from behind and score late and win. Do you think that a result like this gives this team that belief as well that great Man United teams have?
I'm convinced of that. Teams need such experience that to build that mentality, to build that. So part of the mentality, the belief that a game is only over when the ref whistles for the last time, and to stay in the game. But you have to construct that, and you need experiences like this to improve even more and to push it even more to higher level mentality.
Last two, Paul Jones.
Erik, Alejandro Garnacho had a big impact when he came on today. How much of an improvement have you seen in his attitude and his all-round plays in the last couple of months?
Yeah, it's a lot, and he has a skill, and I don't see that many players, even in the Premier League, has that skill. He beats players one-on-one, but he learned in the last months that how to play in a team and how to live, do the right things in the week, how to have the right attitude on the training ground, and then you see now he's acting as a team player, that his individual skills can make the difference, and also for him it counts. Keep going in the process, but it's not done. It has a lot to come, but there's a lot of room for improvement for him. But he can help, he can contribute on the highest levels already, and I'm really happy. That is a bonus for us as a club, that you bring in young players and they come into the squad now. They can come even into the team, and I think also that is one of the part of our project what has to contribute to our success.
James.
Just on Luke Shaw, Erik, obviously he wasn't in the team at the start of the season. He's really forced his way back, and he's been very, very consistent for you in at centre half again today. Produced the top performance. How pleased have you been with his attitude, his growth, his application? Has he been one of the players you've really noticed a big difference in?
Oh, it's quite obvious, and I like it. He is so honest. After the second game, I didn't play. He said, "I fully understand. My performance is not right." And but from the first day in training and pre-season, he was working really hard. And you see when he is in the right approach, he's a top player, and not only like a team player, he's a leader, and he showed a lot of leader capacity. He's the example in this moment, and then with his skills, with his physical power, he brings a lot to the team. And now also in his mentality, he's an example and how to win big games. And I'm really happy with his development, because I think it's huge. If it's centre half or left fullback, he's really great player and a great personality for the dressing room.
Did that not feel like a gamble playing him at? I know he played a full game for you centre half, but to play against City at centre half and with Haaland and that attacking team that they have, that's felt like a big decision.
It is a big decision, but I think when you analyze the profile of Haaland, when you analyze also in that combination with De Bruyne, I think it was the right decision, because he has the physical power to compete with them, and he has also the tactical view to make the right decisions, and he has the technical skills as well to play in that position. So I think for today it matched really well, but I think in other games he can contribute even more on the left in a wide position. So we can see it's a tactical choice, and we can see from game to game what we need. and that I think we have more players in our squad who have that capacities to be multifunctional, and we can use as a weapon in games.